The Xbox Series S was a mistake. That is the biggest impression I came away with from the Xbox Summer Games Fest showcase. At this point, it seems like the only purpose the Xbox Series system serves is refreshing their customer base's enthusiasm for Xbox. Not only are we in the third year of a generation in which we haven't seen anything representative of the power Xbox promised us, but unlike the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 5, it doesn't even have a new control technology that might justify the console's existence. I know many of you are saying, well, boycott, Starfield is huge. What kind of visual performance do you expect from a game so big? But the scary thing about that is, we've seen huge, bad looking games on the last console generation. No Man's Sky launched on the PlayStation 4. Elite Dangerous launched on the PlayStation 4 and even runs at 60 frames per second. And I can't say Starfield has better or at least much better textures than those games. And Elite Dangerous is almost 10 years old. As I alluded to before, not only do the textures look terrible, but it was confirmed by Todd Howard himself that the game will be running at 30 frames per second on both Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S.
So just I'm gonna just turn it over for you to for a second here. Just lay out, just so that nobody is surprised come September 6th.
Sure.
What are we looking at on if I'm gonna play this on a Series X, or even if you want to mention Series S as well? Like, what's the experience gonna be, technically speaking?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I think it'll come as no surprise, given our previous games. What we go for are always these huge open worlds, fully dynamic, hyper detail where anything can happen. And we do want to do that. It's 4K on the X, it's 1440 on the S. We do lock it at 30 because we want that fidelity. We want all that stuff. We don't want to sacrifice it.
I'm not saying Bethesda has a history with great running games, but I've never seen Arcane put out a product like Redfall. The game was a complete mess at launch. And we know reports have come out about Xbox management putting pressure on Arcane to make the game a games as a service game. So I guess some of the blame for Redfall's performance could be put on Xbox management. But even with the previous exclusives, which launched for Xbox Series consoles, I can't say I was impressed positively by the visual performance. Many were either underwhelming or less detailed, cartoonish games. Games like Halo, As Dusk Falls, The Gunk, and Pentiment aren't anything to write home about. I guess you can say their best looking game outside of racing sims, which always outmatches everything else on a console. I guess you can say their best looking game is Scorn. And then you have the games shown from the recent Summer Games Fest. And I know these games are still in development, but if you compare two games coming this holiday in Spider Man 2 and Starfield, or two 2024 games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Clockwork Revolution, Sony completely outclasses Xbox, and the rest of their games were just as underwhelming. Or engine generated cinematics. Speaking of which, shortly after Sony's showcase, Xbox came out to dunk on PlayStation by claiming we don't need to worry about seeing CGI representations of games because Xbox will either show gameplay, or in engine. And I'm going to declare something right now. I think we need to stop listening to Xbox when they say in engine, because just because an engine was designed for a game, that doesn't mean the hardware you're going to play it on is built to take advantage of said engine's capabilities. And to think there were rumors of a mid gen refresh strategy being utilized in this generation like they did last generation with the Xbox One X. But it doesn't seem like Xbox is even able to take full advantage of the Xbox Series X already, because its games have to be developed for the lowest common denominator, which is the Xbox Series S. It really makes a mid gen refresh seem like a non viable option. So, am I alone on this? Now that it seems like both consoles are heading towards a next gen focus, where less and less games are designed to be cross generational, are you worried Xbox will struggle to impress with their visual performance? And is it due to the Xbox Series S's existence? Let me know below. Until next time, take these companies to task, ask for better, and never settle for trash. It's your man's boycott, and I'm out.